1933. It was starring Renee Mueller, Herman Thimmig and Adolf Walbrock, written and directed by Reinhold Schunzel. Now, Reinhold Schunzel was considered a comic genius. He was compared to Charlie Chaplin. He was an actor, a writer, a director, a producer. He developed an international reputation for a string of operettas, comedies, musicals that were about sex, infidelity and innuendo. You may remember we showed another film that he wrote and directed, Amphitryon, last year. Now, that alone would make a pretty interesting film. We've got Renee Mueller, who was Germany's answer to Claudette Colbert, specialised in sexy comedies. She was an international star who was flying to England in order to star and remake films that she'd already made in Germany. We had Herman Thimmig, who was an accomplished comedian who went on to be honoured as an actor. And there was a score by Franz Doll, who specialised in operettas and was responsible for what was called the Doll sound. But you can appreciate this film on a whole other level if you understand the context behind it. It was made in, as I said, Weimar, Germany, which had a big gay and lesbian population, partly because of the guaranteed freedom of speech, freedom of assembly that was part of the Weimar Constitution. There were gay cafes, bars, newsletters, magazines, associations and so on. There was also a burgeoning gay rights movement. Now, as part of this, Reinhold Schunzel, writer and director of this film, appeared as an actor in a film called Different from the Others. This was one of the first gay-themed films in the history of cinema. It was a plea for tolerance and understanding. So it offended people who took to court and got it banned. It was banned on the grounds that positively portraying homosexuals on screen would lead to the audience becoming homosexual, and that would hurt the public order. Now, this legal precedent meant that homosexuality was essentially banned from German movies. But there was still a large population of gay and lesbian people in Berlin, plus other places, who wanted to see themselves on screen, or wanted to see people like them on screen. This led to a string of what was called Hosenroll films, or in English, trouser roll films, where women spent the movie disguised as men, interacting with women and men. So Victor and Victoria is a good example of that. Others, if you come across them, are Petticoat Excellency, Donna Juana, and Ernst Lubitsch's film I Don't Want to Be a Man. Now, what makes the film even more subtexty, in my opinion, is that the romantic lead, Robert, played by Adolf Walbrock, was a gay man, and I think Berlin audiences would probably have known that. So you have a man who likes men pretending to be a man who likes women, playing opposite a woman who likes men pretending to be a man who likes women. Now, it was the biggest box office hit of 1933. It's been remade 4 times, most famously by Blake Edwards, who died recently. Because he made his version in 1982, he was able to bring a lot of the subtext to the front. The other thing that happened in 1933, you may know, was that the Nazis took over Germany. All Jews were banned from working in the film industry, and that started the flood of talent to countries like the UK and America. Adolf Walbrook changed his name to Anton Walbrook and appeared in a lot of Pressburger and Powell films like The Red Shoes and The Life and Death of Colonel Limp. René Mueller didn't leave fast enough and died under mysterious circumstances. A couple of Gestapo officers were seen entering her building, and several minutes later she either jumped, fell or was pushed from her apartment window. The official cause of death was epilepsy. As for Reinhold Schunzel, he stayed in Germany until 1937, when he created an operetta called Land of Love, which was set in a mythical country where the population was obsessed with hero worship of their dim-witted sovereign. Now, it was about 2 hours before the premiere, before the Nazis thought, hold on, maybe this is a satire of the Third Reich. And so they cancelled the screening. Schunzel went to Hollywood, where he got a contract with MGM to direct 4 movies. But somehow he antagonised Louis B. Mayer, antagonised him so much that he made sure that Schunzel never worked as a director again. He spent the rest of his career acting in bit parts. Ironically, he usually played Nazis in anti-Nazi films, like Fritz Lang's Hangman Also Died and Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious. You may remember him from that. He's the Nazi at the dinner party who gets killed by all the other Nazis. So, with all that in mind, I hope you enjoyed the film. Thank you very much.